they're mostly older Americans that grew up in a time where, yes, homosexuality, people were getting murdered, which they're still getting murdered for, was, something that was so hush-hush. And they want us to go back to that time. They want us to go back. See, you're what's keeping us from moving on. Every Republican and Democratic candidate has said that we need change, we need to move on, we need to bring ourselves into the future. We cannot bring ourselves into the future when we have fucking dumbass people trying to keep us back. Social change is going to come whether or not you are here. I do not. I don't know how many times I say this. I don't get it. How hard is it for you to accept civil liberties? Things that this country was based on. You say you support the Constitution, but then again you don't. I mean, it's terrible. And I think that they all should be ashamed of themselves. And going back on this new Constitution thing, with Facebook and Twitter and dead MySpace, people should be able to put ideas in making this new Constitution. We should keep the right to bear arms, because I do believe that people have the right to bear arms in their homes. To protect themselves and their families. And I think that we should have gangs. That's what I'm getting to. If you want to shoot a gun, join the army. Go fight in a war somewhere. Do not hurt people's liberties by privileges, by abusing them. It's like having the right to bear arms. It's like having the right to have a driver's license. Not everybody exactly has that right. You know what I'm saying? If you're mentally unstable, please don't go buy a gun. It's not going to work out in the end. Gangs just want to use weapons as a show of power, which just shows that you have no gall at all. And there's going to be people out there that are going to abuse rights and stuff, yes. But those people that are planning on doing that should be prosecuted to the fullest. And I want the Constitution to specify that. I want the Constitution to specify what rights are we exactly talking about. The freedom to vote, we have an amendment for that, but I want it to be clear-cut so we don't have any more issues. Everyone has the right to stand up and voice their opinion. Everyone has the right to go to the polls, stand there in a line, and go and vote for who they feel that it will be the right person for the job. I think that there needs to be like severe term limits, because I mean there's been people in Congress for 40 years. Who the fuck needs to be in Congress that long? That's how we keep the old institutions going. That's how we keep the old ideas going. We cannot move along if no one is willing to move along. You can say that, hey, I would like us to go in the future, but the future is not now. It's next 100 years. The future is now. You can turn on the television and just see that the future is now. I am asking Sarah Palin and Michele Bachmann to sit down in front of a book and learn. I mean, I know that the education system in this country is not great, and you're kind of proof of that. But, and another thing on education, we need to look at other countries. And education rights and education system, the educational system, needs to be in the Constitution too. And we need a plan, and this is what I'm saying, is that we need a total shutdown of everything and reform everything, a total shutdown of everything for 3 months, reform, get the people involved, I mean the people of the United States, not members of Congress, not all that bullshit to where it's going to take 100 years. No. Needs to be done now. I'm talking about Medicare, total shutdown for 3 months, total rethink of everything. Yes, it will cost money to save money and make money. Yes, I understand that, but it is something that we need, and I'm sure that you will agree, because, you know, in 10 years when it dries up, you're going to wish that you had done that. Social Security, same thing. Education system, shut down, which I think that should be done in the 3 months that the students have out of school during the summer break, so they don't miss school. But with the educational system, we need to look at other countries, because yes, America is not number one in this arena, which is sad. We need to look at how they're teaching the students math, how they're teaching the students the languages, which I do believe that the education system in the United States should teach children other languages starting off in kindergarten, because when they're younger, it's easier to process. And yes, as they're learning English, they can learn another language. And it can work. I mean, just look at the other countries. I mean, China, for instance. These kids know our language, and they're like in preschool. And they know math. They know cursive. I mean, even myself, I didn't know cursive until I was in high school, and that was because they just didn't take the time. The teachers are more worried about getting paid than teaching the students, which I think is sad. What you are doing is a civic duty. You are teaching the future leaders of the country. That should be payment enough. Yes, the money is something that will help you live. I understand that. But you are going to get paid either way. Just look at it as teaching the future generations of this country how to work, how to be people, know their history, know other cultures, not shutting themselves in, being open-minded, you know, just normal, common sense, basically. And what I know, I taught myself. I did not learn in school, because I knew at a young age that the educational system in this country will fail me. So I taught myself. I opened the book. I researched things. Now we have Wikipedia. Now we have Google. And I use Google a lot. I use factcheck.org a lot. I use a lot of resources that we have, and that's why I don't understand how these candidates can make these statements and think that they are facts. I just do not know. Learn how to use Google. You should not run for office if you do not know how to turn on their computer. Just saying. It's scandalous. Completely scandalous. And I hope that this shutdown of everything and this reform of everything will work. And I'm pretty sure it will work in certain areas. In other areas, we won't know for 10 to 20 years. Now, when I'm not president anymore, and 10 to 20 years from now, something goes wrong, I would take the blame, because it was an idea that I had, and it was an idea that we did, and we made work, and it only worked for 10 to 20 years, and then a problem arose. Of course the problem's going to arise. I mean, it's the way it is. That's how things happen, and we just need to find a way to fix that problem. And we need to stop this thing of throwing things in on a bill that has nothing to do with the bill. We have to stop that now. Now. I mean, you could throw all the little earmarks you want to at me. I don't care. If it's a bill to fund a school, or if it's a bill to fund a disaster, to help the people in a disaster, then there should not be there should not be an add-on, an earmark, saying, you know, members of Congress get these free cars. Really? Does that have anything to do with this bill? Let me see. No, it's not going in. That's the kind of politicians I want to see. Politicians who will sit there and say that this is wrong. No. Back the hell up out of my face. Who will tell the truth, frankly. You know, this whole Anthony Weiner thing? Nah, come on. We all knew it was his penis. I mean, if it was me and I got in trouble for something like that, I would straight out say, yes, it was my penis. You have a problem with it? Yeah, I twatted my penis on Twitter. You have a problem with it? Okay, well, I don't. I did it. Bye. Issue over. Moving on. Then look. The prick had to resign because he did not just say, yes, it was my penis that I twatted on Twitter. It's not like there was a sex tape. Even if there was a sex tape, I would say, yeah, it was it's me. So, I had sex. It was awesome. You should have been there. I mean, come on, sometimes you just have to laugh. And, I mean, the wives probably knew. Seriously, they probably knew. And, I mean, come on, there's more serious issues that we have to get on. He cheated on his wife. That is a personal issue that they have to deal together. If she wants to divorce the bastard, let her. Who gives a fuck? If he is getting money and putting it in his district and doing good things with it and not putting it in his pocket or in his mouth, then, you know, what the hell's the problem? But it's a problem when he watches his penis on Twitter and he attached money to it, government money, and was sending it off to this woman that he was twitting, then it's a problem, and yes, it's an issue. But, I mean, he twatted a picture of his penis. Stupid, yes. Lying about it, stupid, yes. But, I mean, come on, you're sitting in an interview, somebody's asking me a question, I'm not too sure if it was mine. But, yes you do. You see it every fucking day. Is that my penis? Yes it is. Do you like it? I mean, come on, really. Anyways, I'm ranting on and on. I am through. Yes, I am through. For now. July 23rd, 11 o'clock in the morning. We're starting it online, then we're going to branch off into television, which I'm really excited about. We tweaked around with that, with our view. We didn't really like it much, but this, I'm sure, will work for television. This will be must-see TV. Must-see TV. July 23rd, 11 o'clock in the morning, on live stream. And I'm starting up a new account, and it will be the Chris McCowan Show unless otherwise notified. So, I'm Christopher McCowan, and thank you for watching.